Hello guys, how's it going? I'm back again with another day of working on my debut album. I put a little video up yesterday, one of these actually, and on the first one I was like day one, and on the second one I was like day two, and now I'm on day three. But I'm very aware that these might not last the whole journey of the album, so I'm not going to do days. I'm not going to say this is day one. I'm going to say another episode or another day. So here we are. So this is what I was working on yesterday. I think yesterday I stopped just as I was getting into this, and I made the bold statement that I had like this production idea. I think I said I had a good production idea. So I've actually put the production idea down, and I actually hate it. So I'm gonna find a way to love it. I think I maybe need to change a little bit the drums. Not that this will be the final thing, but if I'm going to a producer with an idea, I don't want to go to them with something that I hate, like it's just starting on a bad foot. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to play some acoustic guitar on it. Let me just play it just now, actually. So it's along the vibe of that. I just think it's like 10 years too old, really. I don't think there's anything really different or cool about it. So I need to find something that's different and cool so that when I come to put some lyrics on it, I'm actually enjoying singing along to what I'm doing. Basically, up until like last week, for the last 4 years, I've just been releasing singles. And if you don't know much about my story, I've like supported a lot of big acts, and in the last 4 years, basically the last 4 years have just been mental in terms of the amount of gigs that I've done and some of the people that I've met and the opportunities and stuff that I've had. So I was releasing some singles along the way. Some of them done well, other ones they were just songs that just went out and that was it. But I feel like now, you know, I chased things like Spotify numbers and Instagram followers and stuff like that, and I'm just so kind of over that now. I know that that's part of it, but I guess if I'm gonna try and make something that's got any sort of like real depth and like quality, that kind of stuff has to come later, and I've got to put my focus into this. That's what I think anyway. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know, but that's what I'm doing just now. I'm kind of letting the kind of the material things like followers and numbers and like shares and stuff. I'm kind of just over that at the moment. But every day is different. Sometimes, some days I wake up and I'm like, I need to do that. And other days I wake up and I'm like, fuck that. So I'm going to do this, try and get this to a place that I like it, and then I'm going to do some singing on it. Let's see how I get on. So I've actually just realised that if I take out all the acoustic guitar, I actually quite like it. So I'm going to put some... I've stumbled across these, and I think I'm going to put some sort of pad under that. And then I'll see how I get on with that. Alright, I probably should have filmed that entire process, because that was that took me the best part of almost 3 hours to get this song sounding the way I wanted it to sound. I can't do that. you know, I know that that's too long to spend on a demo to get it to a point where I just like the feeling of it. I'm going to play it, but I think I've only really got a chorus at the moment, which is fine. Some days are going to be like that. I've ended up putting stuff in there that I didn't want to put in there in order to get it to a place where I quite like it. So let's go. And even now, I just want to like, let me show you what I'm doing here. See if I can show you. So I want this to like cut through a bit more. So I'm going to I don't want to do that. So I thought I had it at a place that I quite like, but for some reason I'm still not really in love with it. So I'm going to sing on it. I'm going to put some lyrics. Maybe the backing vocals or something will be what it needs to. I think it's maybe backing vocals. So backing vocals take a long time. So I'm going to do that and then speak to you in a bit. I can't pretend, 'cause it's not in my blood. I'll pour my heart out and beg you to come. So I don't know if I don't know about this one. Over and over, it's true. All that I need when I'm lost. So I've done a serious amount of work on this today, and I don't know if I'm any further forward. Which is a bit like frustrating, but that's how it's going to be. I have been reaching, but it's not enough. I need to know when you're hearing my words. You have me right in the... I guess there's going to be these lessons, like making an album is totally different from making singles. But as an unmanaged independent artist, you've got to, I feel like I've always got to like edit myself. I remember listening to, I done a songwriting camp online with Ryan Tedder, and he said you've got to be your best editor. So I guess there's gonna be songs that aren't singles on an album, but it gives me an opportunity to like get some songs out of me, and every song that I'm gonna write isn't gonna be on the album. Which I bet if anyone watching this has recorded an album, they're probably watching being like, what an amateur songwriter, which I guess I am, definitely. Just because I've released some songs and I write songs doesn't mean that I have all the answers, which is good, because, as I was saying to my wife yesterday, 12 months from now, I'm going to look back on this video and be like, shit, remember when I was like struggling, watching, like figuring it out and thinking that I knew it, thinking that I know how to make an album, I'm going to make an album. And then probably, it might be even sooner than that, it could be like 3 weeks time. I could be like, fucking hell, remember 3 weeks ago when I thought, I'm going to make an album. It could be a total disaster, or it could be the best thing I've ever done other than my children and my wife. So I'm probably gonna go and see them now. The fam. I've done a bit of work on this. Let's just go from the start and I'll see. I can't believe it. I've got to a place where I quite like it, and I've totally changed the whole drums and everything. I've changed the entire, not the entire, It's just the groove of it, the feeling of it is totally different, and I love it. And I've spent the time doing it, so buzzing. Delighted.